Alright, and welcome to Solving Basic Equations, Level 4. Now, for example 1, we have x over 3 equals 10. And wait a second, what did we say in our previous video? We said that the fraction bar is really representing division. So ask yourself, what is the opposite of division? Well, the opposite of division is multiplication. So if I want to get this 3 out of the denominator, or the bottom of the fraction, I simply do the opposite of dividing by 3, which is to multiply by 3. And I'll kind of draw my slanted 1 through there. Now, whatever I do to the left, I have to do to the right. And so we say this, x is equal to 10 times 3, which is, of course, 30. Okay, moving on down here to this burnt orange, we kind of flip things around. And I kind of wrote this without a lot of space, but we'll make it fit. But here we have y is being divided by negative 7. So what's the opposite of dividing by negative 7? Well, it would be to multiply by negative 7. We know, of course, negative 7 on the top and the bottom, it's like saying they're dividing each other, divides to 1. And what I do to the right, of course, I have to do to the left. And negative 7 times 5 is negative 35 equals y. Remember, a negative times a positive is, in fact, a negative. Now, moving on to example 3. Here I'm going to show you all something a little interesting. Here we have t over negative 12 equals negative 12. But there's actually another way that we can write this left side that's very important for you to understand. Since this t is on the top, and whenever you see a letter by itself, it's really like saying like one of that letter, I can actually write negative 1 over 12t is equal to negative 12. And so wait a second, how do I get rid of a fraction? Remember, when two things are side by side, they're actually being multiplied. So wait, when I write it this way, are you saying that I would like to divide by negative 112? Well, that sounds really complicated. So whenever we see a fraction being multiplied by our letter t, we want to multiply by its reciprocal, which means you take that fraction and you flip it. And so negative 1 over 12, the reciprocal is negative 12 over 1. But you guys know this, negative 12 over 1 is the same as negative 12. So even though it looks like we're doing something different, it's the exact same. So we'll multiply both sides by negative 12. Now that reduces to 1, and we'd say this. We'd say, okay, well, t is equal to negative 12 times negative 12, which is 144. And it's positive because, of course, we have a negative times a negative. Okay, let's switch on over to our nice pretty blue. And here we have example 4. 4/5 r is equal to 4. So notice now I've kind of written this problem like in example 3. And you don't want to divide by a fraction. We really don't want to divide both sides by 4/5. So what's our rule for getting rid of a fraction? Well, we always multiply by the reciprocal. The reciprocal of 4 over 5 is 5 over 4. And what I do to the left, I do to the right times 5 over 4. Those reduce to 1. Now I have this. R is equal to, and think back to our fraction lessons. We know that we change the whole number 4 into 4 over 1, and we do our fraction rule. Top times top, or 4 times 5, which is 20. And on the bottom, 1 times 4, which is 4. And we ask ourselves, wait, can 20 be divided by 4? Can we reduce this? And 20 divided by 4 is equal to 5, if we can. All right, guys, I hope this helps. The basic rule that I want you to focus on, though, is just really focus on example 1 and example 2. As long as you're being divided by a number, you get rid of division through multiplication. I'll see you guys in our level 5 video.